I'm Robert Lefevre, I'm the director of the Promis Recovery Centre. What we're hoping to do with these short clips is to help people to understand the nature of addiction and what can be done about it. Anger. Anger is a perfectly normal human feeling. There are things that we're all angry about. The behaviour of our politicians in recent weeks has not been very edifying, and we will all of us have views on what should be done, and some people will be really quite angry about that, feeling that we've been let down or sent up a blind alley, or that we've finished up with policies that we really don't agree with. And there's anger. That's perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. If my wife was to decide that she was going to throw me in and take up somebody else, I'd be very sad about that, but there'd also be a bit of me that's angry because I haven't misbehaved myself just recently. I don't think I have. I'm not aware of it. And so part of me would say, hey, what's going on? What are you playing at? Why would you do that? There's a part of me would be angry as well as being very sad. And I think you'd understand that. That would be perfectly reasonable. If, as happens periodically, people, for some reason, if they're going to get angry here, they smash the telephone hoods. Where we've got the telephones on the wall and the hood comes over, and people take a brick to the telephone hoods. I hope I'm not giving some of you ideas, but that's what they do. They find that they want to work out the anger physically. And it may be nothing whatever to do with us. It may be something a family member said, or something that they feel was unfair, that they should have had the inheritance that they didn't get, or whatever. But they get angry about it. That's all right. And banging the hoods isn't. That's actually taking it out physically on someone else, in that case on me. But the actual anger itself is okay. Here's a bit of anger. Let's put a bit of anger over here. Okay, there's some anger. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. But what we do as addicts is to fuel it. We love it, and we make it into resentment. We do that to it. We make it cover everything else. We become self-pitying and resentful, blaming and self-pitying. It's the pathetic thing that we do. Really taking it out on ourselves and on everybody else. So what we need to learn to do is to keep the anger nicely boxed in. It's a perfectly normal thing to have, and we can express it and share it and talk about it and resolve it. But if we keep it and nurse it and feed it and make it into a resentment, then we're causing damage primarily to ourselves. Let me give you an example. Here's a picture of me. That's me, age 18. And here is a homunculus, a little man, in my head. That is my headmaster. I said to him, I would like to study music. And he said to me, we will not let you study music because music is for homosexuals and we do not have homosexuals in Mill Hill School. The man's a buffoon, the man's an idiot. Then why did I keep him in my head for another 20 years? He was probably dead by then. Why did I choose that resentment? And anyone can see on that story, the man's an idiot. But why would I choose to hold that in my head for another 20 years? I'm an idiot for doing that. So resentments are always damaging. And what I've had to learn to do is to take that out. I don't want him in there. I put him over here, that's where he belongs. And then I've got a space for lots of lovely things. Here's my wife. Okay? I can put her in there and spend more time and energy and thought, with her. Wouldn't that be lovely? Much better than having my headmaster there. I have learnt to be careful of what I keep in my head. I've got, as anybody does, all sorts of things happening at the moment. I don't keep them in my head, I write them down. And I refer them to whoever's appropriate, either the accountant or the lawyer or the architect or whatever. I refer them on. I don't need to keep them there and nurse them and water them and feed them. I can let them go, provided I've dealt with them appropriately and used professionals where appropriate. And where there's nothing I can do, you know, I just have to live with the damn thing. Okay, I just live with the damn thing. But I don't do it on my own. The whole basis of the fellowships is having a higher power than self. My higher power is you. You are my higher power. Because I know if I behave badly, you will frown. And if I behave well, you will smile. These are basic points. I don't have any religious belief whatever. I work a 12-step program and refer to God very happily. But I have no religious belief. But I very much have a spiritual belief. I do believe I'm part of a wider community. I do believe I need to interact with other human beings. And in that way, my higher power is very helpful and very practical. So anger, well, there are things I get angry about, but just political issues and things like that, but I don't go and hit anybody. I don't feel very boiling. I haven't had that sensation for years. I just don't want it. I can't be bothered with it. I've got better things to do with my head.